atomic boxes.
I've always wanted to do that. Jury, make sure that you're listening to all the details. Boom. Will there be a plea deal? It might be a good idea for the defense to request a plea deal. But I might be very reluctant to award any plea deal, depending on the accusations that have been... Yes?
Your Honor, a plea deal was already offered, and they declined.
A plea deal was already offered in a previous court, in a previous court setting?
A plea deal was offered yesterday that he could remain on TikTok and not risk getting permanently banned from all platforms, but they declined.
Interesting. Defense. Do you have...
This is correct, Your Honor.
You have documentation of this? You dropped your gas.
I have a sworn affidavit right there that says he has waived his right to a plea deal.
Mm-hmm. Says right here. Let me see this. Grabbing this plea deal here. Oh, there it is. Ah, prosecution. How nice of you to join us. Says here, sworn affidavit. The person in this report has been the same with the object. Will refuse. Has accepted the plea deal of joining Die Hard Drama Court at risk of being banned from all platforms and completely removed from the community, including TikTok. It says it right here. Thank you very much, prosecution. Okay, are we ready to proceed?
I'm ready, Your Honor.
I'm not hearing, you're very quiet there. Whoa.
Ready, Your Honor.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, loud and clear. Okay. All rise for the honorable and super hot Judge TieDyez.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, prosecution.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, Rob is not on push to talk.
Excuse me, defense. Could you have your client rise?
Stand up. Thank you.
There you go. You're off to a bad start there. Plaintiff. Or wait, would that be the plaintiff? Let's not get caught up in terminology. Sorry about that. Had a funny burrito this morning. And jury, are we ready? 50 gifted subs equals unban. That might be a plea deal that jury, that might be a plea deal that the defense might want to talk to their client about. Ready? You're doing a great job, and you're very well dressed. I wish I could say the same for the defense. This guy looks like a clown, and this one over here.
This is a clown court.
This is a clown court. No, this is not a clown court. This is a very serious.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go change.
You gotta change.
You can't change after court starts.
What the frick is this?
I'm okay with that, actually.
You watch yourself, okay?
Exactly the problem with the defendant.
A trash can. Okay, let's proceed. How nice of you to come formally dressed. Prosecution. And remember, not only do I have a gavel, but I also have a gun, okay? So I'm the guy in the room with the gun. I am the judge, the very honorable and hot judge. Judge TieDyez.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. Let's proceed. Would you like to make an opening statement? Defense.
Yes, I would actually. I have one thing here just before we can get started, just to keep in mind and consider.
We have
Put
here.
that there. You can take a look at that.
Mm-hmm. Psychiatric evaluation says here that your client could not be guilty because they're an idiot. You care to explain what that means?
That is the defense that you would like to take, Your Honor.
That's your defense. Is you're an idiot.
Yes, unfortunately. Yes.
Your client's shaking their head no. I think,
That's what I mean. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
okay, I'm understanding now what you're saying. Is this your opening statement?
Yes,
Okay,
Your Honor.
very nice. That's probably the strongest opening statement that you could have given for the plaintiff.
He
Let me-
asked you if he wanted to give him.
Prosecution, hold on one second. Let me explain here what the plaintiff is being charged with. They haven't read their rights. You know that you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you can't actually, not only do you have the right to remain silent, I control if you're silent or not. So you have the right, you're required to remain silent. In fact, anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. And you have the right to an attorney, and you don't have the right to pick your attorney. The court will appoint you an attorney, which you have been appointed this trash can. Prosecution, what is the plaintiff being charged with, or the accused being charged with?
Kenzie, would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
I can go. Being charged with rule breaking, harassment, disorderly conduct,
DC. Unbelievable.
continual rule breaking after being told to stop.
Mr. Yeet, could you please stop interrupting?
Mr. Yeet, if you do not remain silent for the prosecution, you will be server muted, like you've been server muted on all of the diehard servers, not just muted on my part. She blocked me.
Kenzie,
can't
continue,
hear-
please.
I can't hear.
You
or see
can
him.
you can
I
speak like
blocked
that.
him as
That's
soon
fine.
as-
That's fine. You're
As soon as I-
Yeet, I'll have stuff to say afterwards. You can listen to that.
okay. Order in the court. Order in the court. Now, if you would be so
I'm
kind,
gonna-
if you would be so kind, defense, to let the prosecution speak, and you will be given time to defend yourself. Okay, remember. Okay, remember. You see this? That means I'm the boss. Okay. You understand that, right? Okay. Go ahead, prosecution.
They have week after week made subscriber events not fun for multiple community members, has caused community members to leave the Discord, and I do have word from members that have left the Discord that he is the reason why they left.
Mother of God.
Judge, I would just like to say I still have more to add on to that.
Go ahead, prosecution.
Okay, so if we want to get really technical with it, in Section G of Colorado harassment law, which is where our streamer TieDyez does reside, repeated insults, taunts, challenges, or makes communications in offensively coarse language to another in a manner likely to provoke a violent or disorderly response. That's essentially what our defendant does every week, whether it's taunting people with emotes, words, things, even when people beg him to stop. Literally say, please just act chill, stop. Continues to do those things, and that's going technical to your state, Judge.
Defense. After I get that out of the way here, in defense, do you have any thing to say in defense of your client after I play this dramatic sound?
Your Honor.
Your Honor, just put him under the jail at this point. There's no redemption.
Honestly, Your Honor, I would like to
We
add
just
two more
got a new
things.
piece of evidence in.
New piece of
via
evidence.
Chat.
Okay.
We do have a community member that says verbatim, I'm reading this off my screen, I stopped watching because of Yeet for a while.
Stop
Yeet is
watching
pushing community
because
members
of
away.
me. Okay.
Your Honor, I would still like to add 2 other things.
Before, is this opening statement things, or is this to develop your case? Opening
I will
statement.
hold mine to develop my case.
Okay. Okay. All right. So now we've heard the opening statement from the defense. We've heard the opening statement from the prosecution. The defense pretty much ended their opening statement with that their own client is guilty. One of the best lawyers that I've ever seen, and one of the finest trash cans I've ever seen too. A little bit stinky,
Thank you, Your Honor.
but you're welcome. And the defense, that's kind of fitting that you would have a stinky lawyer. Your Honor, can I please talk? All right, you're going to be given a moment to speak in your own defense after the prosecution presents all of their evidence. Prosecution, do you have any evidence to present to the court and to this jury?
I do, Your Honor.
I also do, Your Honor.
If you would, please bring it up.
Guys.
The Book of Law. Okay. I've read this quite a bit. I don't even need to open this. I memorize it. But go ahead.
In that book of law, the first law is to be dope. And after given countless times and chances to be dope and just follow the one rule, the defense has continued to not be dope and has been given more than 3 chances.
And I apologize for interrupting prosecution, but not only is the first page of this book the words "be dope," but also the other 298 pages are filled with just the word, well, the words on each page written one single time, "be dope." So it's pretty much not a difficult thing to follow. But go ahead and
Another one of the laws
Kenzie?
listed in there is to not blow up the Discord. And we gave the defense a chance to stop blowing up the Discord, gave a verbal warning to stop blowing up the Discord, and yet they continued over the past week and a half. And that's what caused community members to leave the Discord. We had over 1,200 members, and that number has dropped over the past week. And I have community members that have messaged me, informing me that the defense is the reason why they left the Discord.
are you hearing this? Defense.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Judge, I'm so sorry. I've been raising my hand. I just didn't realize you couldn't see it.
Ah, of course. Please proceed.
The only other evidence. How do I walk? W? Oh god. Alright. My paralegal's helping me out. I apologize.
It seems as though the prosecution has had a few too many to drink today and is still putting up a better argument than the defense. But we'll go. Oh, apologies.
That was a little lower than I expected before.
No. Actually, sir, I worked a double shift. Our defense would never know what it's like to work a minute, so I apologize.
God.
But the only thing I would like to add in verbatim, and I mean verbatim, this issue has been going on since 2/23/2/17 and 3/1/25, 3/7/25, and these are active messages, whether it is between your head moderator, Kenzie, other members of the community, verbally having issues. And it's not that the issue is with the defendant himself, it's with the way he chooses to present himself. He doesn't choose to be a fun community member. He doesn't choose to be a rule-following, just cool, chill community member, as stated in the law book, just being dope. He chooses to aggressively go at other team members, and we'll say team members. We're all part of the same team. We're part of Tommy's team.
Mm-hmm.
But he chooses to try to go against everybody instead of just trying to get along with everybody.
Beautifully said.
Very well said. Prosecution, are you finished presenting your evidence?
One more piece of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
He caused Miss Stacy with the Honda to say words that I myself have never heard her or seen her say in my life. That's how much the defense has disrupted this community.
Could you please tell the court exactly what was said by Miss Stacy?
Miss Stacy used the word fuck. Miss Stacy never cusses, especially not in chat.
Excuse me. Apologies.
And the last statement after Kenzie finishes with the other, which honestly is one of the
word, which is a word that never in my life
please settle down.
I heard her say.
Settle down.
And I have known this. I have known this woman my entire life. And never in my life have I heard her say that word. She never really cusses in ever.
Incredible.
Especially not in chat though. So for her to say something like that in chat because of the defense's actions, I have no words.
And have you called do you have Miss Stacy as a witness? To take the witness stand?
I can call Miss Stacy as a witness. I can call her to take the witness stand.
If she
also have a witness.
If she could take the time, I'm sure the court would love to hear this firsthand.
Stacey, I would love to hear you.
But I honestly can't believe what I'm hearing, and to hear that Stacy said F-tard. I know. Please settle down. Please, order in this court. I will have order. This is diehard court. Jury, relax. With the gasps. It is very gaspy.
Kenzie, could we possibly have a private, confidential conversation real quick?
I believe you could have that in the evidence room if you need to. And defense, if you feel as though you need to speak with your client before that they address the situation, you may do so as well.
Honestly, Your Honor. First off, I'm an attorney, not a judge.
Me.
Yep.
But I'm gonna talk to this honestly bozo. He don't know nothing about law.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's probably a smarter decision. In fact, hey, yo, that smells like gas. You got some more of that?
That's like good.
My witness is ready.
Your witness is
by the way. I haven't been able to.
Apologies. Give me 1 second.
Did you want to meet?
Yeah, Kenzie, I do. Can I just FaceTime you?
Yeah, I can mute myself.
You like that?
Dab me up, dog. Excuse me. Had to have a private conversation with the... Damn. With the defense, that's gonna work towards your case, I'll tell you that much. Prosecution. But what a case you've built thus far. Quick word from we're gonna take a quick timeout in the courtroom. In the courtroom, and not because I was blowing on that loud, but because I want to hear from the jury to see exactly how the jury is feeling at this point. I heard a lot of gasps come over this audience, so that does... Order? No banging of gavels? Who's banging the gavel, dude? I bang the gavel. And then you said you do have your witness prepared for when we return? Prosecution?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. What was that?
Do you have your witness prepared for when we returned from our...
We have both witnesses prepared, actually, sir.
Mother of God. Okay. Please just wait on 1 second.
We just need about a 30-second more recess just so we can finish our... We're continuing our conversation privately.
30-second lunch will be held. Go and do lunch things that you do in courtrooms. Thank you, prosecution. Thank you, defense. The defense is talking to the prosecution. That's not good. Two witnesses. This is real. This is very real. Hey, you getting that from the evidence room? Getting that from the evidence room? Is that Jack the Ripper? Jailed the Ripper. Defense. Can you please, Your Honor, can you please? I like this form of communication coming from your plaintiff, from the plaintiff. Can you please unmute me? You will get a chance to be unmuted for 10 seconds. You will get a chance to be unmuted for 10 seconds. If you do abuse this, if you abuse this time given to you to be unmuted, straight to jail. Straight to jail. I will not have any shenanigans in my courtroom. If it wouldn't be appropriate on TikTok, then you shouldn't be doing it. Now, what the rest of the non-accused do, that's up to them, because we're not on TikTok right now, technically. But, real quick, I need to take a quick look at this jury and discuss with them exactly how are they feeling about this situation, and what are we thinking? Are we thinking guilty thus far? Or are we thinking innocent? Or do you still think, or type, all right, so type 1 for guilty, type 2 for innocent, type 3 for I still need to hear more evidence.
I would just like to say my witness is very anxious to speak.
Okay. And they are going to be given their opportunity to speak here in 15 seconds. So just have them be patient with us. And we are going to get this underway. I'm thinking electric chair. He's already a skeleton. It won't do too much.
I'm sorry, she has a 3-year-old.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Get back in your chair.
Please sit down, defense. Prosecution, I'll hear your witness. Who is the witness?
Hi. Peachy.
Okay, calling to the stand. This court's calling to the stand. Peachy.
Sorry. I'm tired and I'm trying not to giggle.
No, you're good.
All I remember is one morning I woke up. It was about like 8:30, 9 o'clock. My son woke me up. I went in to go say hey to Megan, garden a little bit, and she was already awake. She had not slept. Her and Kenzie were awake, messaging, very emotionally distressed. Meg was like literally like tweaking out, like telling me everything. And all I know is that Mr. Yeet caused them a lot of emotional distress, and it peeved me off a lot.
Emotional distress to beloved members of the community. And you can confirm this, prosecution head attorney Kenzie?
I can. That is the same night when I typed in chat that I was crashing out, which I do not crash out, especially not in chat. And I know that caused a lot of distress to Mr. TieDyez himself, because seeing me crash out, someone who has a very high patience level, crashing out, especially in chat, is not something he wants to see. And he did not know what was going on because I keep my stressors to myself. I don't air that out in chat.
Incredible.
He did afterwards get a very long message
Please be quiet.
explaining why I was crashing out, to put him at ease, to let him know that it wasn't anything that he did. It was all because of Mr. Yeet.
Incredible. How transparent of you.
May the prosecution add something?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just following off of what Kenzie said. So as Kenzie being the head mod and my most trusted companion, friend, I would be very open about my feelings, because even though as prosecution and caring about said streamer TieDyez, the only thing I would like to verify is that not being a mod, I have cared more than most people, and my wish is not to protect myself or even people in the community as much. It's to protect you and the community you built. because there should never be a threat to your community with what you've built. And Mr. Yeet has done nothing but threaten that, because even in the statute of Colorado, in harassment laws, the repeated taunts and insults I have personal dealing with, considering during one of the galas when I asked Mr. Yeet very politely to please stop emoting and using the ice bombs. I'm sorry, sir, can you please be quiet? He's not 3 years old, I promise.
Please,
I asked...
please, the jury, if you could, silent, you will be given a juice box. Every single juror will be given a juice box. Please be silent, while we proceed with the court. Thank you.
So, yes, continue. He seems to have understood it.
Very nice.
It's just that when it came down to it, Mr. Yeet chose to offend everybody, including myself, by doing toxic emotes like the shaking the head, the no, the cracking them in half like a pencil. All while I was asking Mr. Yeet to please stop emoting and using ice feet by me because it was too loud in my headset.
So then he just started cracking pencils in your ear.
If I might
he
add,
pointed at me and cracked me like a pencil.
if I might add, one of my favorite.
He's doing it right now.
One of my favorite Die Hard events every week is the gala, and every week that Yeet has been in it, I have not had fun, and that breaks my heart.
Now, this is behavior that we would expect to see from somebody that was maybe like, well, the juror that we just heard in the background, not from a diehard. And now, defense, can you tell me, please, has your client ever subscribed to Tommy TieDyez personally, or have they only been gifted? No, they're shaking their head. No.
Nope.
No.
I do also have my witness ready whenever you're ready, Your Honor.
So has never.
Stacey with the Honda.
So has never supported the broadcast in any way, shape, or form, and has only taken from the community, never has given to the community.
This is correct, Your Honor.
I was never forced to be given your hoe? Talking about my hoe? Honestly, I would tell your client to keep his fingers from typing at this point. I was never forced to be given to me, Your Honor. No, but it was bestowed upon you, and you used this privilege to take from the community, and rather than perpetuate the support of the community. Am I correct in saying this?
This is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. I've heard from the prosecution some very powerful words.
I have my witness ready, Your Honor.
Please, go ahead.
All right, here's Stacey with the Honda.
Stacey with the Honda, please take the stand.
Wait a second. What did he say? You're supposed to ask me questions.
No, just state your case.
Oh. Hey, Your Honor, I attend your gala, and I'm always in your chat. And when Yeet's in there, I yell a lot of things at the TV.
Wow.
But I have to eventually, and on my phone, I have to eventually put it on mute and turn it over because he's very annoying. I mean, he's constantly at you at the mods. It's like, unmute me. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. Sorry, I didn't mean to do it. Oh, sorry, my bad. It's irritating. We're all trying to enjoy the community, and I don't lose my cool. It's just not me.
Mm-hmm.
But I lose my cool with Yeet. And it's always, I'm sorry I didn't know. Or if during the gala he's moving. I don't hear all that, but it's irritating that I see that everybody has to keep at him. He has no respect.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, prosecution, witness.
Thank you, Miss Stacey.
Thank you, Miss Stacey.
Love you, bye.
Very powerful words coming from the prosecution, and very powerful gas coming from the defense. Really, no powerful words. Your Honor, I cannot hear a word because Kenzie has me blocked. Your Honor, you don't need to hear anything. That was from your own doing. Your lawyer needs to hear what's going on. And you clearly can, just like tune into the stream or something like that if you want to hear exactly what's coming from the blocked parties. They have the right to block anybody that they want, just like this court has the right to sentence anybody that they want. Delay? Hey, delay is what, hey. I was trying to think of a fun pun for delay, but deal with it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Not everything could be a clever thing to say. Prosecution, have you finished presenting your entire case?
One last thing I will add is that if/when the defendant is found guilty, all of their alternate accounts will also be banned from this Twitch page. And they are not welcome back. Any accounts that they may make, I will find, and they will not be back in this community.
And if enough accounts get banned from a Twitch stream, it is true that an IP ban will undertake that person of interest. That's exactly what happens. If you can keep making accounts, but the more accounts that get banned, the closer you get to an IP ban. And once you get IP banned, that's it. That's it. You can't ever tune in, not even sneakily. Okay?
Your Honor.
Yes.
Please let me know when we're allowed to make our closing statements.
The closing...
Oh, wait. I missed that?
Closing statements. It sounds like we have some very passionate members of this jury. And jury, you're going to be able to get your chance to speak as well. However, prosecution, you finished presenting your case?
Yeah, if I go on, I'll have a heart attack.
Okay.
I will make a closing statement.
Closing statements are going to be coming here. Defense, you're finished defending your client.
No further evidence, no further statements, Your Honor. We are ready to proceed at this time.
And just to be clear, your defense for your client is that he is an idiot.
That is the strongest defense I had, Your Honor.
Actually, a stronger defense than I thought you were going to come up with, so great job. I told you he's a good lawyer.
What can I say? I'm a great lawyer.
Prosecution, would you like to continue with your closing statement? And defense, do you have a closing statement prepared after the prosecution?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Go ahead, prosecution.
Thank you, Your Honor. Also, Faded, nice to see you again, sir.
Oh, prosecution and defense hang out.
So, the only thing I would like to state as my closing statement for all of the wonderful jury members to hear, and I think this speaks from the bottom of the prosecution's heart as well as just the bottom of anybody with a good heart. At the end of the day, no one ever stated that Mr. Yeet could not be a part of the community. Nobody ever stated he could not be a joyous member or even become a moderator as he declares that he deserves.
Apologize to interrupt, but welcomed in with open arms is what you're saying.
At first, everyone is welcomed in with open arms.
Everybody.
There's not one person that is rejected. The difference is how they choose to act and how they choose to treat others.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in this community that unfortunately will not accept disrespect, will not accept people blatantly disregarding rules.
As they shouldn't.
And so my closing statement is the prosecution is not directly going at Mr. Yeet, but going at Mr. Yeet and anybody who chooses to act like Mr. Yeet.
Okay.
We don't want anyone in this community that is not going to be there and support the streamer at point. We want people that are going to listen to the rules. We want people that are going to be positive encouragement. We want people that are going to tell other team members, hey, you're great. Let's play together. Not, you deserve to effing die in FN. Because that was also stated by Mr. Yeet to another community member.
That was part of what prompted his that's part of what prompted his ban yesterday. I woke up.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Didn't sound like a joke.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound
I
like
don't
a joke
think
at
a
all.
joke is telling someone they deserve to be executed in Fortnite.
I don't think that.
So, yesterday-
I think that honestly, I'll go ahead and say I think that's a disservice to anybody that tells jokes, because that's not like a good joke. That's a bad joke. I'm all for dark humor, but not even trying and just blatantly saying, gnarly
The
things.
end of my closing statement.
I don't take that kindly.
And Kenzie.
Yeah.
Kenzie can add on anything else.
Mm.
At the end of the day, my main priority about this community is making sure Tommy is happy, making sure Kenzie is happy and not stressed because she's the head mod and, quite frankly, the main mod that does everything for Tommy, and making sure that the other core community members that are consistently there and consistently supporting are happy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're doing things to blatantly disregard and disrespect those people, that's not disregarding and disrespecting them, that's disregarding and disrespecting the streamer, and that's all you've done consistently for 2 months.
My God.
Mic drop, I'm done, goodbye.
Not only are you done, you're done.
If I might add, if Yeet were to continue to be in this community and continue his actions, I can say that a lot of big supporting community members would probably walk away or not be around as much, and I would hate to see that for Mr. Tommy TieDyez, because I do love and care about him a lot. But there is only so much that people can take.
Man, that's a
only
really strong prosecution there. I would hate to be this guy right now. Thank you.
And
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Not only his threat for Fortnite yesterday, Stacy with the Honda just said, "I'd be gone." She just put that in chat. And Lily198 said, "I'm right with you."
Strong community members. These are very strong community members. They're big reasons of what makes the diehards, rock stars in this community, if you will.
What prompted the ban being yesterday is was finally enough. I woke up from sleeping. Tommy was also sleeping, and Yeet was attacking other community members. As soon as I showed up, acted like he wasn't doing anything. I went through chat logs, saw the threats. Given the threats were made to Insatiable Kitty, who we now know as Chips. But at the time, we did not know that. They said that they were the worst. They were the worst diehard community member, which is not welcoming at all. And all the diehards are welcoming. And Yeet has not been welcoming to anyone the whole time that he has been in this community.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but as for somebody who's gifted a sub, it doesn't seem like it's on you to tell anybody who's the worst diehard or who's the best diehard.
Frankly, I apologize for interrupting. This is not even coming from prosecution side anymore. This is coming from the bottom of Megan Mars's heart. I will probably not be here if Yeet still is, because I'm so sick of being disrespected by him. So that is a jury member and prosecution side.
Settle down. Settle down! I have the gun. And the gavel. Okay. I'll use this. Don't make me use this. Got it. Very strong closing statements from the prosecution. Defense, can you go ahead and present your final statement before we let the...
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, my client has been given many chances to improve his behavior. Each time showing just exactly how childish and immature he is. Unfortunately, that is hindered and probably
sorry about that.
Persuaded other community members to maybe not show up as much. All this is true. I can say this is factual information.
Now, defense, you understand that you're here to defend your client.
I'll get there.
Okay.
All this is true. And at the end of the day, I would like you to just remember exactly how childish and immature my client is. And that's the reason he does things. That is all, Your Honor.
Childish and immature. Okay, don't really care too much about that. Disrespecting community members is what I am mostly worried about. Okay, relax. Relax. You don't need to be pointing to God. God can't save you. I have the... Wait. If anybody sees...
Voldemort.
If anybody sees my gun... Seem to have misplaced my gun. Anyway. I'm going to give the plaintiff a second to speak here and defend themselves. If they're ready for that. Are you ready to be respectful and respect this courtroom, respect this community? For once, it seems. It doesn't seem like you've ever done that before. Yes, you're... That's right. I was hoping that was going to be the last word that you had there. Okay. Go ahead and defend yourself because, to be honest, your attorney did not do too good of a job at that. But I don't think it's really his fault. I think it's honestly more of your fault. How do you defend yourself?
Okay, so, Your Honor, I would like to start off with saying I have the worst lawyer known to man, and here's the reason. Number one, our past is not good, so me getting a lawyer with not the best reputation with me will not make it good for me. Because going by like, oh, you have a past with like an enemy, okay, and if they try to defend you, will they help you? That's a chance on their own, and by right now, what it seems like is them going against me.
It sounds like you're using time to attack your defense. Your defense. The only person that's on your side here, instead of using this very valuable time that you have to diminish the prosecution's case.
The evidence I gave you, his mental state, not the brightest.
Your Honor, I would like to also say
I do have this. It says you're an idiot.
The last words. If I'm right, that's Megan over there. I do not know. Saying if I stay, she will leave. That is like me saying, if she stays alive, I will herself. Okay?
That's nothing like
multiple ways. Yes, it is, because it's saying like.
No, we did not.
Defense.
I don't let you.
Order in the court. Order in the court. I will have order in this court. I have a gun and a gavel. Okay? What did I say to you earlier? Like we're on TikTok. Like we're on TikTok. Do you think the words that you just said are appropriate for TikTok?
I've said it on TikTok. It's gone through on TikTok. I would say as my own with experience on TikTok, yes.
I've heard enough. Jury. Thank you very much, prosecution. Thank you, defense. And, defense attorney, thank you.
Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But it's not up to me. I'm just the one to hear it. I'm just the one that hears it. I'm the one that constructs this conversation. It's up to this jury to decide the fate of the plaintiff here, or is the plaintiff the accused? For yeet. Get him. All right, jury, go ahead and talk this over, I guess, with each other. And then, can we put up a poll? Can we have a poll presented to this jury, so they can appropriately go about sentencing?
I will put that up right now, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Poll is up.
The poll has been put up. Jury, it's now your chance to decide the fate of this accused.
Tell anybody where you got it.
No, this is evidence. This is evidence for another case. Let's go ahead and put this evidence in my... Yeah.
The evidence was too much.
Order in the court.
Wait, who is Peter Griffin?
It seems that the prosecution has a new attorney that has joined their side and has left their client high and dry. Is the verdict ready to be read? New attorney, could you read us the verdict?
Yes, Your Honor. It says verdict 23 guilty to 1 not guilty. Therefore, he is found guilty in his court of law.
There you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. You can now sing all the Beatles songs that you want, and you. No, I'm not gonna shoot you.
War is over, brother. War is over, brother.
But you are permanently banned from all platforms. May God have mercy on your soul. I'm sentencing you to life of not being in this community because it seems like the community doesn't really want you in it. And I'll just go ahead and say myself, I'm quite disappointed. Chance after chance you were given. We really wanted to have you as part of this community. And it doesn't seem like you didn't want to be part of the community, but it seems at the same time you did want to be a part of the community because you wouldn't be here. Maybe take this as a lesson moving forward in life, that when you're given a great opportunity to, or any opportunity at all, to seize that opportunity. And, don't spit in the face of the people that give you the opportunity, literally gift you the opportunity to be part of such a cool community. Been part of
Bree
a lot
and
of
I both did that.
Bree and Megan gifted you some of those subs that you abused and took and made it so you're doing the take the L. He's flicking off the courtroom. Absolutely preposterous. I do believe this psychiatric evaluation. I do believe the psychiatric evaluation that you are, in fact, an idiot. And I'm not calling you that. Just no, I'm a judge, so I keep it respectful. I'm not calling people names. I'm just reading what's on the paper here, and it seems that your defense attorney is properly defended you the best that they could. The prosecution did their part, and you clearly did your part. So go ahead and start your sentencing immediately. That's right. Starting your sentencing immediately by blocking you on Meta. May God have mercy on your soul. Okay, court is adjourned.